Hello everyone, myself Hans. Today we are going to solve a given problem from topic coordinate geometry, and the topic is the cone. Question is given: prove that the equation 4x square minus of y square plus of 2z square plus of 2xy minus of 3yz plus 12x minus of 11y plus 6z plus 4 is equal to 0. Then the given equation represent a cone and also find its vertex. Let's solve the problem. Given equation is f of x comma y comma z is equal to 4x square minus of y square plus of 2z square plus of 2xy minus of 3yz plus 12x minus of 11y plus of 6z plus of 4 is equal to 0. Let this equation 1. Making equation 1, making equation 1 to homogeneous, introduce new variable t. So we have to multiply the terms 12x with t, and minus of 11y is also multiplied with t, and plus of 6z is also multiplied with t, and plus of 4 multiplied with t square. Then equation 1 becomes f of x comma y comma z comma t is equal to 4x square minus of y square plus of 2z square plus of 2xy minus of 3yz plus of 12x into t minus of 11y into t and plus of 6z into t plus of 4t square is equal to 0. Given equation, let this equation 2. Equation 2 partially differentiating with respect to x, y, z and t. Equation 2 partially differentiating with respect to first x, then y, then z and then t, and taking equal to 0 and taking partial derivative equal to 0. So we have to first find equation 2 differentiating partially with respect to x. This gives del z upon del x is equal to, here the x term is 4x square, so we have to differentiating with respect to x, we get here 8x and plus of 2xy, here 2y is constant, we have to differentiating partially, then x differentiating with respect to x, this gives plus of 2y. Similarly here 12xt, here 12t is taking constant and x differentiating with respect to x, we will get 12 of t and this is equal to 0. And further we have to differentiating with respect to y, this is del z upon del y. Here minus of y square differentiating with respect to y, this gives minus of 2y plus of 2xy, here 2x is taking constant, differentiating y with respect to y, we get here plus of 2x, and here minus of 3yz differentiating with respect to y, here 3z is taking constant, then becomes minus of 3z and minus of 11yt differentiating with respect to y, taking 11t is constant and y differentiating with respect to y will get 1, so we have to write here minus of 11t, this is equal to 0. Further equation 2 differentiating with respect to z, del z upon, one second, this is del f upon del x, and this is del f upon del y, and this is del f upon del z. Equation 2 differentiating with respect to z here, 2z square. Here 2 is constant and z square differentiating with respect to z. We get here 2z, so becomes 4z, and minus of 3yz here. 3y is taking constant and z differentiating with respect to z. We get here 1, so we have to write here minus of 3y, and plus of 6zt differentiating with respect to z. Here 60 is taking constant and z differentiating with respect to z. We get here plus of 60, and this is equal to 0. Further, in the last differentiating question 2 partially with respect to t, we get here del f upon del t. This is plus of 12xt. Here 12x is taking constant and t differentiating with respect to t. We get here plus of 12x. Similarly here minus of 11yt. 11y is constant, t differentiating with respect to t. We get here 1. So we have to write here minus of 11y, and plus of 6zt. Here 6z is taking constant and t differentiating partially with respect to t. We get here 1. So we have to write here plus of 6z, and plus of 4t square. Here 4 is constant and t square differentiating partially with respect to t. We get here 2t. 2t multiplied with 4, we get here plus of 8t is equal to 0. Then we have to write here, this is written as taking from here 8x plus of 2y plus of 12t is equal to 0, and this is written as 2x minus of 2y minus of 3z minus of 11t is equal to 0. Similarly, we have to write third part. We can write here, this is 4 minus of 3y plus of 4z and plus of 60 is equal to 0. In the last we have to writing here, this is 12x minus of 11y plus of 6z plus of 8t is equal to 0. And we can also write this equation taking from left hand side. We have to take common 2. This is 4x plus of y plus of 60 is equal to 0, and 2 is taking equal to 0. Then equation becomes 4x plus of y plus of 60 is equal to 0. This is equation 1, this is equation 2, this is once again we have to let the equation from here. We have to put in t is equal to 1. Making homogeneous, we have to introduce new variable t, and here in the equation we have to, in each equation we have to put in t is equal to 1, and then further we have to proceed here once again. We have to write in here, putting t is equal to 1, then 4x plus of y plus of 6 is equal to 0. Let this equation third, and this equation becomes 2x minus of plus of 4z, sorry, 2x minus of 2y, 2x minus of 2y minus of 3z minus of 11 is equal to 0. That is equation 4. Here putting t is equal to 1. Similarly here also put t is equal to 1. Then minus of 3y plus of 4z plus of 60 is equal to t is 1. So we have to write here t. This is equation 5. Similarly for fourth part we have to write in here, this is 12x minus of 11y plus of 6z, and here in place of 80 we have to put in t is equal to 1. So we have to get here, it is this equation 6. We have two solving question, solving equation third, fourth and fifth. We get the value of x, y, z, and putting in equation 6th and satisfy the value of x, y, z in equation 6, then we have to say that the given equation is a represent a cone. So we have to first solve equation third, fourth and fifth. So from here, first you have to multiply the equation 4 with 2, then equation 4 becomes 4x minus of 4y minus of 6z minus of 22 is equal to 0, and subtracting equation 4 to 3 we get here 4x plus of y and plus of 6 is equal to 0, and we have to subtracting this equation plus minus, here is minus, here is minus, and here is also plus, here is also we have to write here minus. So we have to write here plus 4x 2 minus 4x is cancelled out, and minus of 4y minus of y, this gives minus of 5y, and here is minus of 6z, and here is minus of, once again here minus of 22, and here minus of 20, minus of 6, we get here minus of 28 is equal to 0. This equation becomes equation 7. Further, we have to add in once again equation 4th, 3rd, 4th and 5th. We have to eliminating the, once again we have to multiply equation 5 with 3 and equation 7 with 2, then equation 3 becomes minus of 6y and plus of 12z and plus of 18 is equal to 0. Similarly, equation 7 multiplied with 2 we get here minus of 10y and minus of 12z and minus of 56 is equal to 0, and from here plus of 12z and minus of 12z is cancelled out, and remaining is here minus 6y and minus 10y. We get here minus of 16y is equal to here 18 minus of 56. We have to subtract here 18 carry, taking 16 minus 8 is 8, 4, 33. This is 38 minus of 38 is equal to 0, and from here we have to taking minus is taking common, we get here 16y plus of 38 is equal to 0, minus is taken equal to 0, from here we have to get 16y plus of 38 is equal to 0, and from here 16y, once again 16y is equal to minus of, once again 16y is equal to minus of 38, and 2 is just 16, 290. We have to take some mistake here when we have to take here minus 5y minus of 6z and minus of 28, multiplying with here minus of 10y minus of 12z and minus of 56, and here we can also equation 5 multiply with 3 get here. Here when we have to multiply equation 5 with 3 we get here minus of 9y here. This is 6 is a 9. Then from here minus of 9y and minus of 10y we get here minus of 19y, minus of 19y, taking minus of 19y, and here minus of 38 is equal to 0, taking right hand side we get here plus of 38, and y is equal to minus of 38 upon 19, 19 to the 38 we get here y is equal to minus of 2. First we have to calculate the value of y here, then we have to put the value of y, once again putting the value of y in equation third, putting the value of y in equation third, once again putting the value of y is equal to minus of 2 in equation third. Putting here, this is 4x plus of here y is equal to minus 2, so we have to write here minus of 2 and plus of 6 is equal to 0. Then 4x minus of 2 and plus of 6, we get here plus of 4 is equal to 0. And from here we have to also write 4x is equal to minus of 4, 4 to 4 is cancelled out, then x is equal to minus of 1. We get the value of x here. Similarly, we have to put the value of xy in the equation 4. Putting the value of x and y in equation 4, and the equation 4 is 2x here, then 2 multiplied with x is minus of 1 and minus of 2 here, y, the value of y is minus of 2, so we have to multiply with minus of 2 and minus of 3z. Minus of 3z is equal to 0, minus of 3z and minus of 11 is equal to 0. And from here we have to solving it, minus of 2, minus of 4, minus is plus, plus of 4 and minus of 3z minus of 11 is equal to 0. And from here minus of 11 and minus of 2, minus of 13, minus of 13 and plus of 4, we get here minus of 9, minus of 3z minus of 9 is equal to 0. And from here minus of 3z is equal to 9, cancel out 6 is a 9, we get the value of z is equal to minus of 3. We have to calculate the value of x, y and z. The value of x is minus of 1 and the value of y is minus of 2 and the value of z is minus of 3. If these value of x, y, z satisfied the equation 6, then we have to say that the given equation is represent a cone. So we have to put the value in the equation 6 of x, y, z. Here this is 12 into the value of x is minus of 1 and minus of 11, the value of y is minus of 2 and plus of 6. Here the value of z we have to calculate it, minus of 3 and plus of 8 is equal to 0. From here we have to solve, bring it here, minus of 12 plus of 22 and here is minus of 18 and plus of 8 is equal to 0. From here we have to solving, 22 plus 8 is 30 and minus of 18 plus 12 is also 30 plus minus of 30 and plus of 30 we get here 0. So we have to set that this is equal to 0. Equation 6 satisfies the value of x, y and z. Then we have to set that this equation represents a cone and the vertex of the cone is this is the value of x, this is minus of 1, minus of 2 and minus of 3. This is the required solution of the given problem. Thank you class and thank you for watching.